Diving straight into an investment report on BMNR stock.
And the core idea is a huge valuation gap between its Ethereum treasury, about $13 billion, and its market cap, which is under 10.
Right, but the argument really just hinges on that math. And the market has been skeptical about BMNR for a while now. The report feels a bit like a calculation.
The math is solid for sure, but it risks making the whole thing feel like static arbitrage.
Just waiting for the numbers to line up.
Exactly. And that brings us to the first point. The core essence of the report, while identifying a clear valuation gap, doesn't fully leverage the announced strategic pivot as the mechanism to close that gap. The weakness is that the investment thesis really downplays the importance of the qualitative shift. You know, the one led by the new CEO, Chi Cheng.
So if the market isn't buying the asset story now, we need to give them a new story.
Precisely. They need a forward-looking reason to change their minds.
Okay, so what's the fix? How do we make that strategy shift feel real in the executive summary?
The suggestion is to restructure that opening. Position Chi-sung's mission to be valued as a leading financial institution as the active driver here.
The catalyst?
Yes. So for improvement, explicitly connect his background, HSBC, TMT, Global Banking, directly to how the company will use its 3.5 million ETH to close that gap.
So don't just state his pedigree.
No, give concrete examples. Like maybe sketch out how his experience could lead to new institutional yield products. Show the reader the financial engineering roadmap, not just the inventory.
I like that. That moves it from being a piece about a vault of assets to an aggressive financial strategy. Okay, let's talk about risk. The report does cover volatility and general skepticism.
It does, but we can make it feel much more immediate, much more dramatic.
How so?
To fully engage the reader, the risk section needs to transform that general market skepticism into a specific high-stakes battle narrative.
A battle narrative. Okay.
The weakness here is that there's this huge piece of evidence of bearish speculation, the launch of that 2x short ETF, ticker BMNZ, and it's almost mentioned as an aside.
So we lose the impact of just how organized the opposition is.
We lose the whole story.
But hold on, if we highlight a short ETF, aren't we just legitimizing the bear case for an investor who's on the fence?
That's a great point, and it's a real consideration. But I think avoiding it makes the bull case feel incomplete, almost naive. The suggestion is to use the launch of BMNZ as a powerful narrative device.
So you lean into it.
Lean right into it. Frame the whole thing as a conflict between the bulls who were chasing that $90 price target and these very aggressive bears.
And how would you do that specifically?
For improvement, you could create a dedicated subsection. Maybe call it the bear's hand or something like that. Map out the strategic implications of the BMNZ launch.
I see.
It lets the reader understand the specific pressure that BMNR leadership is under, which turns the risk from a boring, theoretical list into a tangible hurdle they have to overcome.
That's fantastic. It seems like we're really talking about turning a solid investment memo into a dynamic call to action.
That's the goal. So, to recap, focus on two critical shifts. First, fully integrate CEO Chisong's mission. Explain how his background justifies that leap to financial institution status.
Right. The how is what will drive the multiple expansion.
And second, sharpen that risk profile. Use the BMNZ short ETF to frame market skepticism as an active, dynamic hurdle that really defines the entire investment.
These two changes will take this report from a sound valuation to a compelling, conflict-driven story about the company's future. We look forward to seeing the refined material soon.